Yeah, hi there, and welcome back. So let us continue, and I think we will take with the tax repository first. And what we will do is, I think first of all, there is get tax by ID. It's going to the network service. So let us make use of this one first of all. So network service that is getting a tax by the ID. And I will just go down over here, and I think I'll just copy this one and just paste it below, and this one I will comment it out, and here I will just so let me enter this one, and the return type we will put it as a RESULT result set that we previously set, and the return type over here is the generic type of any. So here we are getting the list of the tax, I hope. So if you go to this get tax by ID, it is returning the list of the tax response. So what we will do over here, I think we will return something like a list and a list of the tax entity, I think. So if we go to the view model, I think let's go to the view model, and I'll go to the home. I think is it in the home or the tax? So tax view model, I hope we are using it somewhere here. So add tax, so I think this is not the one, and tax somewhere home. Let me go to the home, and I think this is the one. So get all tax, get the max ID, and then here get the tax by ID, and this is calling the get tax by ID. Yeah, this is the one it's calling. So what we will do is going to take some, it's inserting the tax entity to the DB after it's returning from the API. It's converting it to it's getting the tax entity from the response, and then adding it to the database or the local DB, and then we are getting it from the local DB. So what we will do over here is we are returning just the tax, the list of the tax entity, so we don't have to do all of this conversion, or we don't have to create the tax entity in our view model. We will just return the tax entity from our repository. So return type is of result set over here, and let me just cut this section and just paste it below as a val as response response is of equals to the network service that get the tax by ID. And I think let me rename this one, so TA, and that should be from here TA, right? Okay, so we have a response over here, and since we have a response now, we can I think I will put it inside the try catch. So try, and we have a catch over here, an exception as a E as EX exception. Let's take it from the Kotlin exception, and then this one I will put it inside here. All right. Okay, so we have so once we have our response, then what we will do is we'll check if the response was a success or the failure. So I'll check if the response dot is successful, so which means that it was successful, and if it is not successful, else part, then we want to do something. So if it is successful, then I will just get the val of the RSU result, which is f equals to response dot the body, response dot body. We are getting the body from here, and since we want to return the tax entity, but if you go this response body is if you go over here, the response body is of the tax response. So through the tax response, we want to map it to the another model which is of the tax entity. So how we can do that is I'll just check now and map it. So I'll just map it, and when I map it, we have let's say a tax response. Okay, so we have a tax response over here, and what we will do is we will create a tax entity over here. and I think we have that one already, the task entity. This is the one that we need, so I'll just copy this one and I think I'll paste it over here. So we'll create a task entity, and instead of task we have a task response. Just paste it over here, right? So we have our task response and we created a task entity, and then we have to return as a list. So how do we return as a list is dot to list. We will check, convert it to the list, and we'll check it if it is not null, and then we have a result which is now a task entity, and then we can now return the RESU result set dot the success, because since this is a success, then we have to return a success and it takes the data type of any. So I'll return a result from here, and this is for the success. We have successfully get the result from the API, and then we convert it to the task entity and we return as the result set of success and pass it the result of the task entity. And if it is not success, that means we have an error, return the error. Then we will check from here, return, we will say when this should be of the response dot the code. So we will check for the code, and if the code is of HTTP, we will take from the java.net HTTP URL connection dot, and we will say first of all we check of the unauthorized. If it was unauthorized error, then we will return let's say our RES result set dot of the error result set of error, and here we will have to pass the exception can be of a null, and then we'll pass the error message. So the error message, and here we have to pass as the integer, so we will get the r.string dot, and it should be r.string dot error code something err. I think let me import the r first. Okay, now we have a err, and we get over here 401, right? 401 is of the error code unauthorized. So if you go and check the error code for unauthorized, this is of the 401. So we have for the 401, right? So if we go over here, and if you go to this error code, we have error code of 400, 401, 404, and 500. So let us implement all of this. And I'll just go over here, just copy this and paste 2 and 3. So we have how many connections? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And the next is of the unauthorized, and the second one we have is 401. Sorry, the first one is 400. So if you go and check for the 400, each of bad request. So HTTP bad request. So we'll just copy that one and paste it over here. And this is of the 400. And then we have another one which is of the 404. So 404, if you go and take a look on the 404, where is that one? 404 HTTP page not found. So that should be over here. It should be a 404. So this way you can add a different type of the error handling through the repository itself. You don't have to go to the view model and write the error code for each of it. We can just handle it in our repository. And finally the next one is of the 500. So the 500 error code is, where is that? 500 server unavailable. I think, yeah, HTTP server error. Just copy that one and paste it over here, and this is of the error 500 that we can pass. Why it's saying it's deprecated in the Java. So I think it's deprecated. So never mind, we can just add in for now, and then else part we have to write, since this is as an expression. So when we use a when as an expression, then we also have to pass the else part over there. So we will just say else. In the else section, we have to return something. So the result set that error, and I think we have to return the error code of the unknown error. So you can add all of your error code over here, and I'll just copy this. I'll just copy this one, and error code I'll just say unknown, UNKNO unknown, and I'll just set it over here as the UNKNO unknown error. So unknown error. So we'll just copy this code and paste it over here. So if all of this doesn't match, then we will return as the error code as the unknown. And you can also pass the response, the code, the status code that is of the code over here. The code is of the it should be of the response.the code that we can pass from here. So just copy this one and try to paste it here too. And also here we just pass it that in case we need it, but I think currently we are not going to require all of this, so we just check it over here. So on the error side over here, if it is an error, we'll just pass the same error over here. And now instead of all of this, we are not going to pass this since this is an exception. So I will just pass it as a E over here, E as exception over there. And I think that is the thing that we have to return from here. And I think you have some error over here. And what does it actually says? Return type expression require a function with a body, but is found the body. We need to return from here. It should be return, return results. I think that should fix that error. So we have a GetTaskById done over here. So I think this video is quite long already, so let's do it on the next video, that how to implement this one in our view model. So we need to implement that one in our view model. So let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.